All right, we are back. Norman Woodstock Spalding, Skeleton Broadcast Studios, Skeleton, the bare minimum. I've always been under the guise to do more than expected. My anatomy doesn't get it. My maker doesn't get it. The cookie crumbling for me doesn't get it. A lot of my club foot doesn't get it. Genetic birth defect doesn't get it. A lot of things don't get it. Do more than expected around me. I struggle with that. Still, all I have is the bare minimum to offer you. Doing more than I expected with it. But this is the bare minimum. Skeleton Broadcasting Studios, Norman Woodstock Spalding, tonight on February 24th. Approximately 5:52 in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of these calls is to remind you the absence of sweet. I'm back here. Oh my God, my prop failed here. I don't know what we're going to do. I was going to hold off for that much. The absence of sweet in the cosmos. The planet Earth is probably the only thing that has the disposition of sweet. Humans have the ability of sweet. They come born sweet, lovely offspring, extremely sweet. In a cosmos of stars and planets, the only thing you'll ever find of this wit and character probably in here, we're going to assume until we find evidence of anything else, is this. This is the farthest outpost of sweet in the cold black room of cosmos of stars and planets, so we treasure this. And we treasure our aspect. We're the rudder of this craft, of the deck of a ship. Wonderful ship, although we're going to have to go down in the belly of the ship, stay warm for a while, because it's going to get cold on the surface. Still, the absence of things is the presence of the problem. Humans are scurrying around here, scurrying and getting grants and carrying on and temper tantrums and grudge and penalizing each other and carrying on like fools right now, claiming they have a presence problem. They don't. They have an absence problem, and say there's a judgment day or the Almighty shows up, everybody will get in trouble for the same thing. Everybody. For the absence of what you did in life. For what you didn't do in life, you get in trouble with your living. Where you didn't contribute in living. How many times you failed yes and favor when you had all the opportunity in God's worth and there was no reason to be penalized. No reason to be cruel, hurt something's feelings, none of it. You did it all and lied to yourself to do it. And you're going to get well known for it someday to yourself. And you ain't going to like it. Because the rest of yourself that will remember how many times you just blew that away will be horrifically cruel to you. And your feelings will be horrified. For how long, I'm not sure. Hope that doesn't happen. You won't like it. It's a worse feeling than if you were tormented by anything. You know slumber and you don't know sleep. Aware and warning. That's what you're getting in trouble for. You're doing it right now. You're saying no when you could say yes so many times. You're lying when the truth would do to yourself. You're jading. You're taking a little bit of jading they gave you as a child and exaggerating it, but good. And saying you can't do anything about the situation with this planet, and you bet you can. There's a lot of failing going on here, a lot of absence problems. And to give all these presence problems a look at is irrelevant. When you could contribute to the absence problems and fix everything in a hurry, especially in each home. Enough of you know of situations in home, a little bit of heart and sentiment and contribution from you, that home would fix in a hurry. And you're sitting around snubbing yourself saying they don't deserve it. Well, yes, they do. They deserve it. There's no such thing as homeless here. They're stingy and heartless people. And you never know when you're going to be next because everyone's extremely vulnerable. And everyone's held together with its employment, and it's a sewer. It's a gossip and rumor sewer. Employment. It's devastated this planet for a long time. Employment has, and it's fed by grant, and it's carried on by fiscal, and it uses medium, And it's a hideous nightmare, and it supports the market. And it says that labor is an overhead. Well, let me tell you something. Labor is the only aspect of employment in business that is not an overhead, and everything else in living is. Management, shoes, clothes, heat, food, everything is an overhead to labor. You're in the way. What if labor didn't need any of you? And it does. And you're charging labor way too much, aren't you? And not letting labor produce a product anywhere. It's not letting labor contribute. It's inclusive. Humans, this is a state of inclusive. This is a state of mutual. You don't get freedom here. You get included. Or you get left out, and it's cold when you get left out. Yeah, everyone has to contribute here, and everyone knows it. And you don't get anything back unless you put something in. That's the way it works. How many are allowed to put anything in? For the damnedest lioness reasons. Education. Mock. Mock of this planet is higher education. And it's mocking it but good right now. I'll be back.